I actually forgot to pull out some products that was in the box.
Come on with it.
We were having so much fun. I'm looking backstage and I'm looking at that box. I was like, oh, I totally forgot about a few products in here. I thought it'd be really cool to maybe discuss those because those flow into the 8Ps. What we revealed on that stage was an 8P, which is presents, Christmas presents, right? And getting ready to go for Q4, which is what we're doing. We're dialing in Q4 right now. We're getting all of our funnels up and ready for basically the October, November, and December months. And so I think it'd be really cool to talk about those products. What's interesting is when we were at the hotel in Vegas, we got to bus over to the studio. And I'm just talking with the gentleman. I don't even know his name, to be honest. Maybe he'll show up here. But we were talking. I was like, yeah, we got this really cool Christmas ornament we try to do each year, and it's really fun. And like he lit up like a Christmas. He was like, blink, ornament.
No pun intended, right?
And yeah, that's exactly right. And he's like, dude, we sell a container of ornaments a year. And I'm like, no way, that's awesome. And so we started talking, and he does Halloween ornaments. And he partnered with a guy who has been in the Halloween space for like 17 years in the haunted house area. And basically he was like, well, I know how to do ecom, Halloween, let's do something together. And come to find out, they started doing Halloween ornaments. And hopefully he's okay. I share it. I don't know. But it's on Facebook. So Halloween ornaments. It's like they're called, it was a pun intended. I remember this now. It's called
Sorry, guys. Just double check. Make sure your mic's muted. I got it, Trey.
I'm over here Googling. Hold on 1 second.
Perfect.
Here we go. I found them. So yeah, so these guys are doing like really good volume. And it's always really cool to see, how they can, like the type of products out there that are doing well, and I just get excited about business. And so, with that, it's like, how could you guys create ornaments around in and around what you're doing? I think he uses, I forget what the material is called, like almost like a ceramic, but like breakable type of ornament, where ours is more like gel. It's like a PVC material. This one was a flop, but this is our, I don't know if you can see this. This one was a flop. This one we did for 2023. It went nowhere. But this is when the aliens came out. Like everybody's like, aliens exist. And Mexico's like, we have aliens. And so we're like, we're doing an alien ornament. And that was only like, 10 minutes of fame right there. And then it flopped. But yeah, as you can see, these are bendable. These are bendable ornaments, and obviously non-breakable, shippable, lightweight, that fits the 7 or 8 Ps at this point. The other product I was going to tell you about is puzzles. So I got another client who does puzzles for his Boston niche. He runs a Boston, I forget what it's called, Boston Globe or Boston's Boston Life. And he has a designer come out. And what he's doing is he's doing like ChatGPT or like image finds, or he'll go get a designer off 99 Designs. And he says, take the top 5 items or top 10 products that are in around my niche. It's like gardening, plumbing, oil, whatever, and put those on a puzzle. And then he's selling those puzzles, like a 50-piece puzzle, 100-piece puzzle. It's very niche specific, which you can't find that stuff anywhere. His is Boston. So they take very well-known things in the city. I think there's these ducks that are in the Boston area, and they took a picture of this duck statue, and that was a puzzle. Sold crazy amounts of money with it.
Man, that's really super smart. And there's so many ways to monetize that too. If you gave a really cool example, I think it was in the training. Hopefully it was in the training, and I'm not just remembering a personal conversation at this point. But you gave a cool example of somebody you worked with that their niche was electricians. So cookie cutters. They were making cookie cutters that was related to the electrician niche, right? And you could only find it there. But if you're going to make puzzles, let's say you're going to make a puzzle for an electrician. Well, maybe we're trying to align with Christmas. Go to ChatGPT, make a cool puzzle about an electrician saving people's Christmas, right? You can see the tree lit up and the people all happy. Make a really cool thing that's niche. You can sell the puzzle. You can use VCurve to sell the puzzle. And then just thinking upsells, I don't know how perfectly this would fit the 6Ps here, but just to get us in a mind of like monetization and what are the back end kind of things, like you could sell a frame that goes along with it. And now they can make that puzzle. They could frame that puzzle. There's so many cool things we can do with puzzles. What kind of upsells do you think about if you think about a puzzle funnel, Trey?
I would do the glue over to Amazon to look that up. I do like the frame idea. I was going to see what else they're selling with that. It looks like they do games. They say to add the games, glue, frames, which is what you said, which is really cool. And those are pretty much the top things. But even like cookie cutters, like you could go from a puzzle to a cookie cutter, like there's no wrong reason for that. Or you could go from a puzzle to a hat or a t-shirt or a sticker. for that matter. Like all the main ones still stay. Like for us, we have these headphones that we're starting to sell, and our upgrade is like a watch just to keep in the rhythm, right? Keep health conscious.
Right.
We got a couple other items that we got that are in the health niche. And so it's like, how can we tack those on to the front end offer? So, that's what's cool too, is once you get so many products, your front end products become your back end products, and your back end products become your front end products. Just because they didn't buy your first product doesn't mean that they're not going to buy the upsell product. But if they never bought, they would never see that upsell product, which is why it's great to put it on the front end. As a free plus shipping offer, as a Christmas offer, $19.95, or even $49, whatever the price point is justified to be, right? So that's a big piece. So I love just having the stories. I love the networking, just hearing whether everybody else is selling physical product wise, e-commerce wise. And then, dude, I'm a little fog brained right now, but I just got back like really late last night from Orlando, and I was in Orlando for a True Value show. And I had a really, really big epiphany in the Orlando show. And what it's for True Value, where basically people are coming with their nuts and bolts and all the little products in between to sell to True Value store owners. And there was 2,200 stores there. And of course, they bring their wives and they bring the family and the kids. They make it a whole event, which is pretty cool. So it was like 5,000 people there, right, at this event. I think the place was 400,000 square foot. We had a booth there. It was really insightful to see the full circle of building a brand. And a really cool thing that I saw there was a booth with flashlights. I didn't know how to do it. When the G700 flashlight came out, it did its thing. We then had another flashlight. We had a P280, which is a pin light. We had the mini G700, which is a little one. We had a headlight that came out, all under the Lumitech brand. And that's what we tried to sell. But we couldn't sell those other pieces for some reason on a front-end offer, but we could sell it really well to all the people who had bought from us. So that's where our call center came in really big, really selling those. But at the show, I get to this booth, and it was like they had their number one flagship offer, which was a flashlight, but then they had all these other lights that kind of were behind the brand. And that was really cool to see, because it was like, okay, here's the flagship offer. We build a brand around this front end offer, but then we have all these other products that can be secondary or third party to that main offer, which creates the brand, which creates the company, which creates the sale. And so now what they were doing, I forgot what they called them, but they had these shelves. The buyers would come up and they would buy a shelf. They weren't buying like individual products. They would buy a shelf. And that shelf would have the main flagship offer. It would have the lamps, it would have the light bulbs, it would have the glow lights and all the things that came with it. So when they buy this shelf, that shelf then lands at their store, and that's how they set it up. They have this, like, I forgot, it's called like planogram or something like that. But I thought that was really cool, because now you got 2,200 stores saying, yes, I want that shelf. And then now when they have that shelf in store, the items that sell, they rotate through and they do a purchase order for. Hey, we need 10 more, we need 50 more, we need 20 more. So with what we're building here in OFA Ecom is we're starting with that first flagship offer, that first flagship product. We're finding winners, we're finding losers. The losers build the brand around and behind the flagship offer. And then from there, you build that foundation, and now you build a company, now you build a brand, and now you can go from ecom into retail, and you have both sides of the pie, which was a really cool thing for me to see going to that event.
No, it's really cool. It's basically like that whole shelf thing sounds like preset collections, right? You can choose what presets of products. Yeah, that's awesome. But 100% on point with the brand, right? Like that's how it always starts. Everybody has that flagship, and then you have to build the supporting characters around it. It's cool, man. Thank you for sharing that.
It was fun. So anyways, yeah, that's what I was thinking about, and just trying to share my insights, share my epiphanies that I had. But yeah, after we took the kids, I was there for like 3 days straight, standing up, not eating, and just worn out. So I'm like, today's my first day back, getting into the grind and getting everything squared away. So I've been working hard early this morning. I was really excited for this call, because I enjoy seeing what you guys are up to and how we're going to go into the Christmas month. So if we want to keep talking about that, if you want to do Q&A or whatever, I'm down for either.
Look at everybody. That's awesome. Yeah, let's answer a couple questions. Let's get into it. And one thing, I'm going to go down the hands, but in the chat, one thing we did recently that I think is really beneficial for everybody, and it's not even just like specific to ecom, it's funnels and how to look at your business and how to look at your stats, is, if you guys remember, where does the water stop? So if you guys have recently launched, maybe if you've recently gotten some of your first sales, if you have stats and data that we can look to, let's go look at your ad. Let's go see how the water goes into the funnel. Where's it stopping? Where's it broken? Where should we be looking at? If anybody has that, do me a favor. If you have that case, put a 5 in the chat for me. Put the number 5 in the chat if you have that. But let's go down the line. This is like my first real day. So we'll start with Dodd. What's cracking, Dodd?
Hi, guys. As a creator, creative people are always excited about their latest creation.
Yes.
So last week I set most of my time for building the landing page. I built the upsells on separate pages or sections. And then today I got the first 3 questions to my FAQ section. So if I can share my screen, I'll show you my landing page.
Tell me the name of the company again.
Oversized Woody.
Oversized Woody. That's right. Well, why I'm asking you is because I probably talked to 3 people about you at that show.
Okay.
And I was like, there's this guy on these calls and he's got this company that he's building. I was like, dude, it's gonna be great because he's using ChatGPT to create all these like really fun sayings for the shirts. And he's just unlimited, infinite possibilities and through all the niches. Like, it was cool. It was really cool. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I got new ideas every day. I was scrolling through Instagram coming up to the call, and I saw somebody had a I Love New York shirt on. So I wrote down New York loves with the heart, Oversized Woody. Philadelphia loves, or San Francisco loves the Oversized Woody. All right, can I share?
Go ahead.
So here is top part. Question, with the yellow section up here, on some of my upsell pages, that's there. Some pages, it's not present. How do I control that?
Oh, more than likely, that's just your cache. Do me a
Okay.
favor, press shift and reload the page. It's a quick way to do like a quick hard reset on your browser. Let's see what happens here. I'd really want you to, well, before you launch, we need to make sure that's not there. This would tell me that the funnel is in test mode. So in the funnel settings, if it is in test mode, we of course are going to see this. But if you've taken the funnel out of test mode and we're still seeing this, I would want to see you check it in an incognito window that's free of all cache and cookies. If it shows normal in incognito, but skewed or wrong in your normal browser, that means your cache is full. Clear the cache and cookies. You're rocking and rolling.
So this is the above the fold, and the footer is a sticky footer here. So I got that serpentine design where the photo is on. Oh, this is a interruption here. And let me know.
What's the VIP? What's the VIP wait list?
So production is probably 30 to 45 days out. So I think I would like to go ahead.
I would say notify when back in stock.
Even before it's launched.
How's Kickstarter do it?
I haven't done any Kickstarter.
Well, let's go to Kickstarter.com and look at what they're doing.
Okay, you can decide it.
You can back it. So their call to action is to back the project. Let's see if there's any other ones. Sensor cap. Yeah, so there's a back this project.
Okay.
I don't know if that would work for yours. How long for production?
30 to 45 days from a couple days ago.
I've done this in the past. We can go either way. I've sold it as if I do have it in stock, but then I send out 4 emails, 1 a week, letting them know we do have your order. But as you probably can tell, this product has gone viral and we're looking to increase our production, looking to increase our hiring to facilitate orders. It does look like your order is about 3 weeks behind, which is 21 days. We're going to include a special gift in your package just because you waited. And then the next week we say, hey, you're now 2 weeks out. Next email is like, hey, you're 1 week out. And the next week is, hey, guess what? Yours is being printed. You'll have tracking information here shortly. People are okay waiting if they're notified and educated. We've done it the other way where we didn't even tell them anything. And we got way more refunds and way more chargebacks because, well, we didn't tell them. So, we were scared to tell them because we were scared. Human nature is funny. We were scared to tell them that it was like 30 days out or 20 days out. And by doing so, we got more refunds, more chargebacks. But by our first email going out and letting them know, hey, it's going to be a little bit, they were like, oh, it's okay. I don't need it in a rush. I just really liked it. I'm excited to get it. The reason I changed it was because I was talking to a customer that had refunded us once or charged back us once. And he goes, if you would have just told me that it was going to be a couple weeks late, I wouldn't have cared. But the principle of the matter was you didn't tell me. And so I'm mad.
Yeah.
And, it's like, oh, maybe we should just do that.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
I would do that because it's easier to do that than it is to get people to be like, join a wait list, pay for it now, unless they're paying for it later. But then you got to sell it twice.
Yeah, it's like my pastor once said, if you can't pay something, say something when you owe somebody some money.
So I don't know. You can go a couple different ways. I think it's going to be harder to do the join the VIP, but it'd be a great split test. I've never done that way.
Now,
Once they do join the VIP list, what do you do then?
just send them email drip, updating them maybe,
Oh, okay.
and building the list at the same time.
Okay, so you're just doing a lead gen. You're not even selling.
Right.
Okay. If you're going to try a VIP route, VIPs get first access to everything that comes out. You know, VIP gets first access to pre-orders and first shipping. VIP gets 10% off all orders, and VIP gets 20% off on their first order.
What I have
Right,
on
like-
button is, and claim your free Woody cap.
Okay, so I kind of like that, but I also kind of like doing it another way, which was join the VIP list and claim your shirt at a discount. And I would tell them our shirts are going to be $29.95 or $39.95, but if you pre-order it because you're willing to wait a couple of weeks to get it, we're happy to give it to you for 30% off.
Some discount, right?
You could try that because then you're not trying to sell them a hat on a t-shirt page.
Okay.
It's a good
Because
idea.
for me, if I'm coming in for a t-shirt, I'd rather get the t-shirt, I think, than be like, well, I know I want the t-shirt, but I'll get this hat while I wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's congruent enough. Also a good split test. How much is the hat?
Mhm.
$34.97.
But they get it for free?
Yeah, it cost me $10.
Okay, so what are you asking them to buy it for?
The shirt,
Well, when they click that button, what happens?
that's going to be when their shirt comes in, they'll get the cap free with it. So they wouldn't pay anything now. They would just join the VIP wait list.
Oh.
And then when the products come in, my hat's already in stock. When the Woodies come in, then we'll send them the shirt and the free cap together.
Okay.
But
Doesn't
you're not
work.
collecting money right now then.
I'm not.
I'd like for you to collect some money.
Mm-hmm.
I like money. Russell likes money. That's why I joined ClickFunnels.
Okay.
This site looks great though.
Thanks.
Site looks good. Okay. So when you click that button, what happens? There's a little pop-up?
Join the wait list?
Yeah, what happens when you click
Nothing yet. No, I just have the good looking stuff here. None of the back end stuff is live yet. And I haven't built the mobile version. I want to run everything by you guys, get the bugs out of the desktop version, and then start building the mobile version, and then get the back end working.
Well, yeah, there's no back end if you're not collecting a credit card, right?
Correct.
I'd like that. My goal would be let's at least pay for your leads. Let's at least get your lead cost to zero.
Mhm.
Then you got free leads. Right now, here's the issue. If you build an email list and you're like, oh man, I got people coming in like hotcakes, I'll get 1,000 leads. I'll pay $1,000. And then you go to run your launch and it dies. You don't know how much a lead is worth to you right now. So at least want them to do something. Now, here's what we could do is what if they join the VIP list for $5 and that $5 goes towards their shirt?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Maybe it's $10 and they get a free hat. How much are you gonna sell the shirts for?
$64.97.
Okay, $64. Okay. So $64. They get $10 front end, and they get a free hat, and the $10 goes towards their purchase. So you could show the shirts for $74 with $10 removed
Yes.
and sell them for $64, and they get the free hat on the first purchase. So it doesn't matter if they order 3 shirts, 10 shirts, or 1 shirt, they get a free hat.
No, I like the idea about showing it at $74.97, crossed off $64.97. Join the VIP list for 10. Take that off of your. Does that come off the 74 to make it 64?
Yeah, because when you do a Jeff Walker launch email series to get their t-shirt, that's what it's going to be. And I would make sure that you got texting as well ready to go. Because text you'll deliver, email you'll get, 30% opens. So you're only
Okay.
reaching 30% of the people who are on your email list.
I'm really nowhere near setting up email or SMS yet.
Oh, Dodd, we can help you with that. You let me know when you're ready. Super simple. All you need is Twilio, but we have all of it in funnels. Most important thing is you collect the phone number input. Where they opt in for the VIP club, wherever you're collecting their name and email, make sure you got to grab the phone number because we have to have the number to text.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. So I only have just the first couple of FAQs done, and then I can show you my upsells. And I haven't decided what order or to include all 5 products in this funnel. So the first upsell would be the cap. Of course, not to the folks who join early and will get the cap free, but just in general to show you the products and where you think down the road I should place them or if they should be in this funnel once the funnel is live, either in the pre-sale, pre-launch, list building phase, or when I'm actually selling. So that's product 1.
Really quick, Dodd,
Yep.
sorry, I'm
Yep.
seeing something. The price, where you have it above the caps, the price should be subtext on the button.
Okay, here.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Product number 2 or upsell number 2. And again, I'll take that price, put it down here. This is the hoodie. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just-
The woodies would not be $64.97. They would be $44.97. The hoodie is $64.97.
Same
Okay.
price as your shirt?
No. I said I got that wrong. So the shirts are going to be $44.97, and then the hoodie itself is the higher price, $64.97.
Nice.
And the last one is a sticker. So that's what I have.
All right, go back to your first OTO.
This one?
Yeah, for this one, I would have 3 buttons. It would say, yes, add 1 woody cap to my order. Yes, add 2 woody caps to my order. Yes, add 3 woody caps to my order.
Okay.
And I would make your no thanks button actual button, like just make it a gray button.
Okay.
You want it easy for people to migrate through the funnel. If you make it hard and frustrating, then they'll become frustrated and not money happy, like buy happy.
Okay. And so on the yes, add 1 cap or 2 and 3, will I show the individual price, or do I show the aggregate of 2 together, 3 together?
I always just show the aggregate.
Okay.
So it would just show in parentheses. Or like Dante was saying, is the sub headline.
Okay. And Dante, technical issue here. So at the top, the outer logo is here, brand slogan on this side. When I scroll down to the footer, which is a section that I saved, I cannot get these two to align. This one's way wide, where on all of the OTO pages, that bottom footer, I can't get this logo under this one.
Have you messed
See
with
me?
the padding? Have you messed with padding?
Padding, the numbers are equal in all.
Well, let me just see really quick here. See if I can go to this. Let's go to your section settings in the footer. Beautiful, Dad. Padding
Excel.
sides.
15.
But what if you drug it to the right, drug that little slider to the right a little bit, and that should compress it in right? I think you would just have to
resize that. Okay.
So basically the header and the footer are like different base sizes. So just change that bottom section. And then if you're going to use that, Dot, as a universal section for your footer, make sure to make those padding changes, get it where you want, then make it the universal section so everything is perfect.
Yep. That answers the question. Okay.
I saw as your OTO too. So you're gonna have sizes.
This one, right.
So in order to overcome that, when they click that orange button, you want to do a pop-up that says select your size. And then each button is a size. So like, yes, add a small, yes, add a medium, or just, put small, medium, large, extra large, like select your size. And when they click that button, that's when it charges the card.
Correct. Button in the pop-up set to submit, button on the page set to open the pop-up. Simple 4-column row, for however many buttons. Don't mash them all together. As I think Dodd, but for everybody else watching, if we're going to have 4 buttons side by side to show 4 different offers, we're going to use a 4-column row, 1 button in each column of the row.
Yep.
Yep.
That's worked really for us.
Nice.
All right, gentlemen.
We're just trying to survey them at the end and be like, what size of hoodie do you want? What size t-shirt do you want? That it becomes a mess. And that is not scalable by 1,000. Perfect, man. This looks great.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
Thank you. I'll stop sharing now. Appreciate the input.
Yes, sir. Oversized Woody. Got it.
Great work.